Hey everyone, welcome to Max Food Studios. My name is Chef Katy and I'm with Explore Healing Food and Movement, and today we're gonna make 3 of my favorite quick, easy, sweet breakfast recipes. You're gonna love this. Let's start. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna make is a yogurt parfait with fruit and then homemade granola. This is my favorite granola recipe. It literally takes about 5 minutes to do. You're just gonna start by adding your sweetener in. In this case, we're using 3 Bears raw honey. Probably one of my favorite local brands. Next, we're gonna add our nut butter. In this case, we're just using almond butter, but you can also use peanut butter, you can use sunflower butter. It really doesn't matter what your base is. As long as you like it, it should always taste yummy. To mix these together, they'll start to meld and become homogeneous. That's a big word for me, but I think that's correct. And then we'll add in the rest of the ingredients in a sec. So next we're gonna add some chia seeds. I love the Wild Harvest ones personally. We're adding about 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, and this really gets everything to hold well together, almost like dates would in an energy bite. That's kind of gonna be what our chia seeds do in our granola. We're gonna add about a cup and a half of our oats. This is the final ingredient. Like I said, super simple. You can use quick oats, you can use the whole oats like we're using right now, and then our goal is to just get it really mixed in with our peanut butter and sweetener mixture so that the oats slightly start to cook, but we don't want to completely cook them because they'll finish cooking when we put them on the plate to cool. You're just going to smooth it out, put it in the fridge for about 10 minutes, and then you have your granola. This is our no-bake granola. It came out absolutely fire, and it's great because you can just crumble it right on top of your yogurt. In this case, we're using Chobani non-fat Greek yogurt. It has like 12 grams of protein per little cup. Then I added about 1/4 of an apple, and then maybe half a cup of the granola. I put it in a Tupperware container if I needed to take it on the go. Otherwise, you can just dig in, and it's so yummy. All right, let's try it with our apples and yogurt. So good, winner every time. So our next sweet breakfast recipe is a 3-ingredient chia pudding. How awesome is that? We're gonna start by taking 1 orange. I just quartered it, and we're just taking it and juicing it real quick. You can also just use orange juice if you would like. It's roughly half a cup of orange juice if you're getting it in the bottle. Sometimes we don't wanna get our fingers wet, and I totally get that. So we have our orange juice, and then we're just gonna add some coconut yogurt. You can obviously use whatever yogurt you would like, but I find that the coconut really goes well with the orange juice in this recipe. All right, so lastly, we're gonna add our chia seeds in. Again, just about 2 tablespoons. I'd say 2 tablespoons is kind of the normal amount to put in for a single portion. All right, so now we're just gonna blend it up and we'll have our chia pudding. All right, we just blended our chia pudding. It's actually already starting to thicken up, which is great. That's what we want it to do. But it will come out pretty liquidy. So whatever vessel you wanna put your chia pudding in, feel free to do that right after you're done blending. I like to use little mason jars. I think they're adorable. You'll place the lid on, put it in your fridge, and then the next morning you'll have a creamy, delicious chia pudding. Okay, our last sweet breakfast recipe is gonna be a green smoothie. So again, we're using 1 orange. We're juicing it in there. Next, we're adding a cup of Greek yogurt. We're using Chobani. Next, we're gonna add our chia seeds in. We're adding about a tablespoon of chia seeds. 1 tablespoon of nut butter of your choice. We're gonna guesstimate. Next, we're gonna add some frozen spinach. I like to measure in handfuls. We're gonna say 2 to 3 handfuls. And then we're adding about half a cup of frozen blueberries. Frozen is really important. This is gonna help with the emulsification and make it really creamy. All right, our smoothie's all blended up. She's thick, this is awesome. All right, I hope you enjoyed making these 3 sweet breakfast options with me. All of them take under 5 minutes. Give them a try at home. Cheers.